Oh man, tired. Ow! Can't give myself workman's compensation. Ooh, the whole thing went off. All right, well, it's the beautiful thing about the show. Get this working real quick. Let's give y'all the opportunity to kind of join in live. So I can tell that this is not fake, it's live. Can we maybe pull the table up? So there we go. All right, there we go. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to sit up. So does it sound good here? Or do I need to keep talking? All right. Mic check. 1, 1, 2. Turn me up right now. So we can get that puffy intro. No, my bad. No Diddy. But some of the songs are fire. I mean, come on, man. Like Dave Chappelle said about Cosby. Good stuff was happening, and a couple people had to pay the price for the greater good. But Biggie on that, the mic is loud, but the volume's not. We definitely need to pray after this. Hold on, let me get my intros going first. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S. brought to you. Hold on. I'm tired. I'm still in Mobile. They definitely Moscow muled us. Could have done another one. That would have been amazing. All right, let's try this again. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of Den Media Group, presented by AlphaClinicOnline.com. AlphaClinicOnline.com is the fuel behind the month of February ahead. I just realized this. We got a lot of shit that we got to do in February. One, it's our month. So right now, I need you to go look at your name inside of the YouTube chat. Look at it. If it's white, next month is not your month. Tomorrow is not your month. Don't you celebrate Colored History Month. But if you become a green, it's our month. You get to celebrate Black History, Colored History Month because you're a greenie, and that's what we need to do. The world can say they don't see color. I do. We see green over here on this channel. So all my green, listen, man, don't care if you're black, but if you white on this show, if you white on this channel, do not go around telling people it's our month. Nope. It's White History Month every month out of the year. 11 months out of the year is White History Month. The month of February is Green History Month. That is our month. We will be celebrating it. That is our task, Jaden. We got to find. Is this the leap year, or was last year the leap year? I can just go look at it, I guess. Yeah, every 4 years. Because we're 25. The election cycle was 24. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have 28 days of unique facts, history facts that you can only get on the Sports Den or Big Games BS. So we want to make sure some of them will be funny, some of them will be serious, all of them will be real. So Colored History Month. If you're not greenie, don't go around here screaming it's our month and you got to treat us differently. Nope. Your ass will be treated appropriately. Alpha Clinic, though, is like right now, I'm being fueled by it. I'm tired as hell. We'll do a recap on Mobile coming here shortly. we'll do, because Mobile is crazy. What's going to be crazier is as we continue to do this, I don't see myself retiring from this position anytime soon. It's going to be fire seeing Jaden. Well, if he's still here by then, Jaden will probably be like a super lawyer or shit. He can. Do you have any thoughts of being like an agent or anything?
I don't really know about agent, but it's not something I would dismay, but it's not something I would like throw around on and be like, I want to be this.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to look at the low hanging fruit here. We kind of got access to a lot of fucking athletes. But then again, you don't have to really be the agent per se. You just got to make sure the contracts are right. That's all you really need is a lawyer to make sure the paperwork's good. All that being said, we're gonna like I was just thinking about the Senior Bowl and like what's gonna happen when it's like 20 kids that like you personally know that are there and just because they're either on your 7-on-7 or they came up through the ranks or they're the alma mater, the school that you covered. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the different connections and different things that we made, potential collabs. I met an Asian that's like that's one of the big draft scouts. But it's gonna be Alpha Clinics is gonna power this. We need this to be you gotta have your energy. I need y'all to have the same energy that I'm gonna have going through February. And on top of that, with it being Colored History Month, we need you. If you're going to Alpha Clinic, it's going to help you fulfill those stereotypes. If you're in Florida, if you're in the Georgias, if you're in the Carolinas, we are a licensed telemed health company. You can actually get what you need to get done here. You can talk about your symptoms. You can get your blood levels checked. A lot of these different things, you just need to go to the website and let us talk about what it is that we can do for you. So you can get that big dick energy. That's basically what I'm saying. So have you seen what's Aldous Hodge? What's the name of the show? That I think Tyler Perry would have loved to have had this. Tyler Perry played the same person. It was a Stephen King character. Morgan Freeman was him in the movie. Alex Cross. So Alex Cross, Aldous Hodge, if you don't know, everybody is saying like he's the new guy, but he's been around for quite some time. If you watch the show Leverage, you would know exactly who he is. He's an amazing actor. Really, really good, smart guy. He's also in some Slave. This Underground, I think was the name of the show. But he had this thing where he's wearing these fitted pants and he like goes up to the white supremacists and he's like, so I know what you, he's like, you think you're smarter than me. And he says, I know I'm smarter than you. He's like talking about his white brain and all this other shit. So he stands up with his form-fitting pants while he's sitting down and his crotch is literally in this man's face. And he says, you know what? My dick is bigger than yours. I know this. It's statistics and blah, blah, blah. And it made the man uncomfortable and he did it for a reason to like, but I was like, Tyler Perry, that is the line that Tyler Perry has lived to be able to say. And to another man, like dick right in the man's face, we know that's what Tyler Perry's about. But what I'm trying to say is that you too can go around walking like Alex Cross if you're going to Alpha Clinic online. We're going to make sure that blood flow is right, make sure everything is going the proper way. And yeah, so make sure like you get your colored on. Like Angelo right now, Angelo is black in real life, but I will be saying, Angelo, you cannot represent us for the month of February because you're not colored. Get yourself colored and get all that changed. Shout out to all my coloreds. It's $3.99 if you want to be a low level colored, all the way up to $99, and you'll get a chance to hear what a all-in day would. Actually, I'm gonna have Jaden describe what an all-in day was like. Inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, we got a Super Bowl party February 9th that me and E to the T from 1010 Excel will be hosting here at Goodfellas. We will be, damn, I gotta go find the cigar. What's today, Friday? I'll make sure I have a couple of those cigars on me at the Super Bowl. So I'm going to do a little video so that y'all can see what kind of cigars we're giving away. It is free to come to the door. We'll have drink specials. We'll have 10 TVs. 10 TVs. If you're in Jacksonville, stop. Don't have all them. You can't cook. You don't want to clean. Come here. Bring your friends here. Let's have a celebration. Let's have a big ass party. Chiefs, ELGELS, Eagles. We will make sure whoever you represent, we good with that. Oh man, shout out to my dog Gerard gifted the membership. Oh, damn. Do you know who he gifted the membership to? Me. That's crazy. That's why it's a random gifted membership, but he gifted it to me. That's crazy. That's wild. Damn, it's supposed to be for Angelo. But we don't pick who when you gift the membership, it's like it gifts a random person that's watching the live. So but anyway, so we got that. We got the Super Bowl party going. Also, we got a VD party going, $100, couples night, intimate meal. We got steak, lobsters, all that kind of shit. It's plated dinner. We'll have a live band. We'll have all of these different things going. We are trying to help you out. I will be celebrating VD in Houston, Texas, for a 7-on-7 tournament, and we'll be still having all that stuff up. Also, make sure if you want to see some of these interviews, it will be on Den Media Group, but we'll also have some of the longer form interviews will be on Big Games Gridiron, as well as the mixtapes for the last 7-on-7 tournament as we continue to progress and move forward. Trying to figure out what so that's the announcements. I guess catching up, man. We were in Mobile. Jaden, tell us what was your Senior Bowl? We got something. Oh, we got to get the prayer. My bad. Let's get the prayer, and then we'll start the show. Nice way to start the day. Happy about that. We got a message request. How I be getting spam messages? My bad. I was reading something. I don't be knowing who these people are. All right, Jaden, tell us what was it like? What was your experience at the Senior Bowl?
No, my experience was nothing short of great. Shout out to Reese's. Shout out the Senior Bowl for accompanying everybody, all the media. They got us right. So first day, it was cool. We got there on the second day of practices. The first team that practices was a national team. So that's where all the FSU players were all on the same team. So that practice was fun to see. But then the second round of practices, the energy definitely shifted. And that's something we all noticed. Music stopped playing, but it was great. Like I said, the staff was great. Everybody was helpful. And then just getting the access on the field after the practice, interviewing the players, talking, meeting people, networking with people. And yeah, the city of Mobile was great too. We went out that same night, had an event. Shout out to the Alabama A&M Alumni Association in Carson Vinson. We had an event in Mobile, downtown Mobile at Kalula. Was it Kazula? At Kazula. Sorry about that. At Kazula. And then we went to that cool cigar spot next to it they had. And the people were great, hospitable. Being an all-in member, definitely worth it. You will not get to experience anything like this outside of something like what James is doing right here. It's very, very hard to get the access we got. Even the second day, yesterday, we went to the third day of practices. Got a chance to go to in the suite. Got a chance to go to let me give y'all the actual name, the 2025 Senior Bowl Practice Club Access. We had that yesterday. I still got my wristband on. Had food, had a bunch of Reese's, had everything you can think of. It was great. Had a great view of the practice. And no, it was good. It was good. 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah, definitely really, really cool. Alabama, the Alabama A&M, like, just so to describe so outside of all this, we could have got you a media, we could have got anybody a media badge. You would have been representing the media group. We would probably would have put your ass to work though, because we needed clips, but you would have been able to see some of your favorite players. And the crazy part is, like, they say 10 minutes, but it was a cold 10 minutes. Like, it was about 15 to 20, and they really kind of they rush you off gently, But like you could have really got a chance to take some pictures, see other people. Like we saw Marcus Freeman. John Lynch was there. A dog Ryan Davis. I got a video of him that we're gonna post up. I got a bone to pick with Marcus Freeman though. Marcus Freeman is green. I don't like him, dog. I'm gonna tell you why I think he's green. I wanted to just get an opportunity, and I have a kid that plays for him. I just wanted to get an opportunity. Like, hey man, I just want a quick 2-minute interview with you. 2 minutos. You're here. This is why you come to this. And this old light-skinned ass Beijing having like that hair, they got incredible CGI effects at Notre Dame. I thought the man's hairline was just crispity crisp. Wrong. That is ink. But that's what happens when you're rich. You can he re-inks every day. So before he gets on camera, he just make sure he sprays it to where it's crispy because you can see it when you up on it. Now he's not as bad as Syracuse old coach, but he got a little bit of good. He's that light skin with the good hair, but the hair is starting to betray him, and that happens. Like LeBron, like we know, like you can see when LeBron's energy is going low. You can look at his hair. And that's when you can tell like he's losing power. He has to go regain power, get rested. This man looked at me and said, I'm just going to take this picture and then I got to get off the field. Mind you, I said, you know what? I respected it. And I wasn't mad until I went and beeline and came all the way to the back. I had other interviews to get. This man literally was on that field for like 20 minutes, man. He could have gave me 2 minutes to talk about Chris Mitchell. We could have talked about Riley. We could have talked about what was it. I wanted to big him up because the coach that left to go to LSU said he left so that he could have a better chance to compete for national titles. At Notre Dame, and gave him the job. Notre Dame's in the national title. LSU can't even smell it. That's what it was. I'm too black. I was too aggressive. I was mad as hell. Everybody else is over there with Black Boy Joy, networking, happy to talk to you. I even talked to Billy Napier. Billy Napier Billy was like moving. And I'm going to tell you this, Billy Napier talks like a psychopath. Like his voice is just, there's no inflection, there's no up, there's no down. It's like, hey, Coach Napier, how you doing? Hey, what's going on, man? I was like, hey, you got a couple of my kids. You got Tremel, you got Drake. Yeah, those are good guys right there. I like the old Tremel there. It's gonna be a good one for us. And Drake is Drake is very dynamic. We were lucky to get that one at the last minute and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. And I'm like, damn, dog. Like, you ain't got nothing but Billy Napier talk. I talked to Billy Napier. Marcus Freeman, don't let Marcus Freeman come to Mandarin University to try to talk to somebody because I'm going to make sure that they know I got a bone to pick with them. We ain't sending shit up to that barren, cold-ass fucking wasteland if you can't talk to how you treat the least is how you treat the most. Like, this is this area, like, this is, you smelling yourself there, man. Smelling yourself. I was a little offended by Marcus Freeman. Don't really like him that much. Alabama A&M's coach, too. I ain't sending not that kid to Alabama A&M. And they got nothing to do with HBCUs because I really fucks with Alabama A&M's fan base. So what they did for this young man, and we working on that edit. Like, it's going to be a cool ass video of him and like what they did. Wow. I just gotta can I read? I'm gonna read this with you. Then I'm gonna get to the Alabama A&M. That shouldn't be. So I'm like, somebody said I got a business proposal. So I have a lingerie company / football league that I want to announce to Jacksonville. and I was thinking about bringing the girls to Goodfellas for a lingerie Super Bowl party. Maybe we could come together and do some pricing for your VIP. I wanted to do some tickets on Eventbrite. If that's something, man, fuck yeah. Oh, my bad. I shouldn't text them. Fuck yeah. Yes. What's your number? And how do the girls look? It's very important. Like, you could have I've done the lingerie for you. Like, you can have lingerie football. You can have women in lingerie, but like, you know, if is it big girl lingerie or is it like the small girl lingerie? If they look like damn, I can't think of my girl name. If they look like Lizzo, cool. That's a cute Lizzo, cute big. I'll look at Lizzo in some lingerie. If they look like that big bitch that got kicked out of the lift, I don't want to see. And you see, got the OnlyFans on G. Now, man, there's some nasty people on this planet that's probably intrigued by all that. I just know it smells wild down there. But anyways, though, you know, big cute girls is dope. The girl that was, I can't say who's there because I'm not gonna snitch on my guy. The girl who's all on my guy, that's a big cute girl. We found her IG. She a bit like she. I'm saying like so you know how you can see with somebody with something. Like she like really real talk. Like she like she's a Alpha Clinic 90-day special away from like being like. Who was the big chick that won America's Top Model that one time? She was a plus size. Like she's just tall. She like 6'2", 6'3". Like she could dunk on you. She's a grinder. She's crashing boards. And she was cute. The only problem is she do need to get in control because I thought she was older than what she was. She's only like 35. So I was gonna go like 40-ish. 40. Like she don't look old, but like sometimes black women, what happens is y'all pick an age and then you don't age for like 20 years. And then you get re-old. So like she probably been looking like that for a minute, but like is she gonna keep looking like that for a minute? But anyway, this is where we started the Alabama A&M thing. So we're interviewing the guy out of the love because my man was balling this week. Like he was murking cats. He was dropping draft stocks out there. And then I get a call, I believe it was during the second practice from Commissioner, make sure I say his name, because I want to make sure we're going to name drop today. Because what happens is I don't know who I know until I know it. And it was Commissioner William Carroll. Now, William Carroll played football at FAMU, graduated in 93. All right. Commissioner Carroll hit me up, said, hey, Goo hit me up and said, I need to holler at you, and I'm like, cool. And then he starts telling me about all this stuff because I was supposed to leave. I wasn't staying. I was tired. Mobile was straight at that. Mobile was just straight at that point. I didn't want to stay. I was ready to go back. I know how much time I got to do shit. So Commissioner Carroll was like, man, he's like, were you at the suites? I'm like, we at the suites. Nobody told me about that's like they not treating us good here like the media. Ain't no snacks. I gotta pay. I went to go try to get something to eat, and then I looked at how much the burger. It was burger, chips, and a soda, and it was like $20. And I'm like, nah, I'm straight. You gotta at least fry me some French fries or something like that. But Commissioner Carroll called me and said, hey, I'm on the committee. This is my city. You want to go to the suites? I was like, shit. I was like, damn. So I was just sitting there like, all right, man, I'll call you. I'll link up with you because, if Goo said link up with you, you actually called me. I'm going to fuck with you because, you were Goo. And I'm sitting here thinking, that's when I started telling Jay, and I'm like, hey, man, we ain't getting no food. We ain't got no snacks over here. I got to get the content. We got to see what's in the suites, right? So I'm like, all right, oh, cool. All right, well, we'll play it by ear. We had the media day. So he told me call him a little bit later. He had an event that night. So I call him when we're in between sessions at media day. And he's like, and we just got the real interview with the kid. What was his name again? Vincent? Carson Vincent, Alabama A&M. He says at Kazula, we doing an event for Carson Vincent, the Alabama A&M alumni group. I'm like, well, all right. We'll just go from like 6 to 7 or something like that. Just show our face. It's cool. You got to meet these people because if I come back next year, I now have a connection that we could go talk to, come up with a plan, right? Man, we go. Man, it's like Top Flight at Kazula. Man, the lady poured that Moscow Mule had a lot of kick to it. She poured it heavily, but it wasn't like strong. It was it was good. I knew it was something in it. We drank 2 of them. I think it was 2. And then it was like going to a black family reunion and we weren't invited. But they didn't know who we were, but they knew we had to be related to somebody because we were there. We were Cousin Pete. And we went there, like, and it was like we went there, they gathered around the kid, and it felt like they were proud that one of their family members was. I don't know if y'all knew about it, like, but in the hood, when people either went to jail, got out of jail, or went to college, they got all treated the same. Everybody was there gathered around and happy for him and cheering him on, like talking to him. Man, they started like praying and shit, like a prayer, like Miles, it was like Thanksgiving. That's what it was. Like the prayers just broke out. They were saying chants. And I was mad because I didn't know the chants. But like I was like, oh, they kind of do this at FAMU, but they do it at Alabama A&M. But it was a room full of old ass people that were there to celebrate the young bull that is representing their university proudly and doing his thing. That boy left with some money. Now, it probably wasn't a lot of bit of money, but it was more money than he came there with. I know that much. They also, and then they fed him. And now, this is where it gets crazy, because we were there from like 6 to, I said we was leaving at 7, but we left at like, 9:30, 10 o'clock? So we was there. We was having a good ass time. I'm going to tell you why I was mad at Alabama A&M coach. He made us stay there for 30 more minutes. But we're literally, I'm telling Jaden, I'm telling my guy Steve, hey, man, let's go get some content. Like, let's videotape. This is a cool moment. Let's interview some of the alumni. There was a lady who does the Senior Bowl cheerleaders and shit. She flexed the fuck on us. Like, our little orange badge had like this like little circle stains and like a whole bunch of holes in it, and hers had no holes in it, and hers was white. That means she was real. She was out there, outside. Will, like the Commissioner Will was just sitting there, like he ran the place, and then there was a creepy tall figure with a suit on, with a fitted suit, that was just running around staring at people. But I'll get to him in a second. But we go in the back. I said, Jaden, man, let's videotape the food. Man, when we walked in the back, dog, the food, the smell slapped you right in the nostrils, dog. I immediately got hungry. Like, I felt real bad. Like, the lady was like, baby, go and get you something to eat now, baby. Like, I love old black women. Like, baby, go and feed yourself now. And I'm like, ma'am, no, this is when I knew we were home. We're not going to eat until you're a guest, baby. We're not going to eat until we see you eat. I said, ma'am, I want to marry you. It made me want a good old slave woman from Alabama. Because there's you ain't getting that. Florida ain't nothing but north, but New York, New Jersey, South now. Everybody that moved down here rude. Alabama women are still like grateful. They probably still work they're still sharecropping. Working the same family shack they didn't have since they got here. But they just know how to treat you. A good old Southern woman. It was great. I was happy. We ate, man. The food was good, right? I ate a chicken wing I don't like the little small pigeon wings, but they were small, but everything was good. The best pasta salad I've ever eaten is by my daughter's mother. I ate that pasta salad and I was like, she's a terrible person, but she could fuck up some pasta salad. I thought she was back there, but the only reason I knew it wasn't her, because all the other food tastes good. Now, she can't cook shit else. That ain't her thing. That's not her ministry. She can make some seafood. She made like shrimp, scampi, or some like crab legs or whatever, but she can't cook nothing else. But she can make some she gonna fuck up some pasta salad now. I bit the pasta salad. I said, hey, Jennifer, nope. I ate a meatball, one of the baby shower meatballs. I immediately knew that she wasn't back there, because if the one person made all that food, whatever they could do, they could cook. But then So we're trying to film this shit, and the Alabama A&M coach is the only person who won't give us a story. He give us, like, this is basically, we shooting an infomercial for fucking Alabama A&M, who has not nan piece of, like, you're the only HBCU represented at the Senior Bowl that's in the fucking state of Alabama. And you don't have somebody following this kid every step of the way? You are missing a golden opportunity. Like, y'all say, why not us? But this proves why not us, because you know what would have happened? Everybody else is there. They there. But you got your alumni base. It's a great recruiting tool. It shows the power of what HBCUs can actually be if HBCUs would get out of their own fucking way. Every school should do that. I was jealous of him. Like, not in a bad way, but I was just like, damn, I would have loved to see some shit like that like happen for me. When I went to play and everybody came up and told me how proud they were of me. But that being said, Takara is the chick's name. That's who she reminded me of Takara. My bad, I was reading the comments. But Jit was cool. Like, it was cool for the Jit. He got some bread, got to eat. We got like, I think the black guy wouldn't give, basically what I'm saying is, you got the white guy, right? The white, it was funny, it was wild is the white coach the head coach? We got to get that out. Like, the black coaches can be head coaches too. The white guy gave us the interview. The black guy gave me every excuse and reason why he could not give us the interview. So we about to do an Alabama A&M tribute with no head coach. Well, I didn't coach him and I don't want to take credit. Bitch, did he go to Alabama A&M and could this help you with recruit? Just talk about the importance of it. Bottom line is he told us to wait, and he did the thing that I hate to do. Don't tell me to wait and then talk to everybody fucking else except for us. You big league us, that's okay. Come through it. I'm going to make sure you remember if you come through Mandarin University. I don't want no interview now. You better take one of our guys that, that ain't as little marginal. But I had then we found out what Kazula means. I got a whole, we found out what Kazula means. They had a cigar lounge. It was a good time. And the sweets were worth it. Jaden was getting mad because we was at the Reese's Senior Bowl and I ain't see nan piece of fucking Reese's. In fact, at Media Day, they had Hershey's Kisses. They missed the moment to just have a lot of Reese's. Nobody eats Reese's Pieces. Now, Reese's Pieces on a sugar cookie is pretty fucking good. I learned that. But we want, you could have got the little Halloween Reese's and just give them out. But no. They didn't, but because we basically had a de facto mayor, we got a chance to go. And not only were there plenty of Reese's, we might not be able to go back, but this is what you could have done. You wouldn't have got this orange bag because this is mine with Domo. But I don't know if they can see. You can see that. Y'all see that right there? We took a lot of. They was there to be taken, man. I mean, it was free. I took I tried to take a whole row. But one of my favorite inventions that Reese's did, I'm gonna do it free. This is Reese's, so y'all can know. This is for y'all. This should go viral. I need y'all to tell Reese at Reese's right now. Reese's came out because I want the big cup. I would like to have Reese's. I would like to have like the 4-pack king size thing with the big cups. Don't give me the 2-pack of big cups and call it a king. I want 4. But they got a big cup and they got a new one, or at least I ain't never seen this one before. This right here, it was fire when I had it. Let me make sure I wasn't just hungry because I could have been hungry. They had starved us. At the bar, they had some good chicken tenders. Chicken tender was fire. The ranch dressing was amazing at South Alabama. Hot sauce was like it wasn't like hot, but it was flavorful hot sauce. Some hot sauce is just hot for no reason. But this was my first meal the other day. And what's crazy is I ain't have one bad peel. So these were the cream of the crop Reese's cups. You know how you peel a Reese's and like half the chocolate be left in the wrapper and stuff? It wasn't no bad peel. See? Look at that. That's impressive. Not a bad peel. We're going to here get a bite. Did y'all see that one dude that be putting the whole damn Reese's in his fucking mouth and shit? Crazy.
Hey, yo.
Like, he'd be like, hey, man, that's a lot, dog. How'd you know you can do that? That'd be the scariest shit. Okay. It's got, so this is what Jason Whitlock dreams of with Joy Taylor. By the way, Joy's nephew was there, and we didn't even get a chance to ask him about his auntie. But, yeah, y'all see that? It's got the Reese's. It's got the chocolate. I know what I'm capable of. With that peanut butter insides and that chocolate brown skin with the wet, juicy fudge on the inside. I had to stay back. Nah, this shit fire, though. It's like you getting ready for it. It's like you bite into it, and then the fudge just busts in your mouth.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
If you were an all-in member, you could have experienced all this shit. Real talk, though, seriously. You ain't coming to the Super Bowl unless you cash at me for the whole year. Because we got some wild shit we got lined up for the Super Bowl. And the Combine. You got to be able to be an all-in member for football season at least. But if you paid $1,200 and you were able, just this weekend alone, you could not pay for the access in the places that you could have gone. And I'll hook you up with the hotel fee. I mean, for the low. But, all right. All right, let's get into the show. We had a good ass time this week.
My bad. I didn't know. I thought I was hearing something. But so we got here's the show outline for today. Y'all, happy Friday, STD Friday. So James, y'all got a tourney this weekend in the Villages. We're gonna share that post with the chat in a little bit. Then just touch on some of the Senior Bowl video clips we have, just to kind of speed run through those. Shout out FSU women's basketball. They got a W, so we're going to talk about that. Transition to the NFL. I don't think we had our podcast when the Liam Cohen Duval chance came out, so we got to review. We got to review that. And then we got the new DC hire, Anthony Campanile. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. And then we're just looking at a possible target for the Jaguars. The Broncos having this great investment with the Colorado high school system. Cam Newton making headlines about why he wouldn't trade his MVP for a Super Bowl ring. Justin Tucker wilding like his boy Deshaun Watson. And Jameis Winston having some great news coming out of the Super Bowl. Then we're going to touch on the Super Bowl and then move into our Big Games BS segment. Talk about the George Washington Carver video circulating, to kick off Black History Month. And then some big news coming out of the NBA. They have released the NBA 2025 All-Star rosters. So we will get a chance to review these players and review these snubs who did not make the list. And we got to talk about LeBron James doing crazy, crazy things like he always does at his 40-year-old age. So, James, I'm going to share this with the chat, with the stream. So just talk about this tournament coming up in the Villages. We got it right here. And just how excited are you? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah. So yesterday, actually, I drove all the way from Mobile to my son's practice. And then did 2 hours of practice with him. We got some jits at 12U or 14U. So it took us a little while. We had a lot of obviously you see my Domo national team. That's a part of the MFTK Foundation's charter. Well, we are the main sponsor of that. I'm a part of Domo. But then we have a 18U, a 14U, and a 12U team. And we're going here to DR7, our first out of town tournament. We were supposed to go to Battle Miami. Didn't work out for us. But we'll be down there. Our first 12U's first game, we play 10:30, 11, and 11:30. We play against some guys that on my 14U and my 18U both play like after 1. My 18U plays another local 7-on-7 gifted, so I'm actually interested and curious to how that battle is going to be. I hope it goes well. DR7 is probably one of the is battle. DR7, Shock Doctor, are probably some of the better 7-on-7 tournaments that you'll have. We plan on going out there and get active, so I don't know how the guys are going to respond. But I know yesterday in practice, I was really excited. I'm expecting that by the end of this tournament cycle, we're gonna have some cats that's making plays and that are turning heads. So I'm good with that. Cannot wait to see where this goes. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yep, shout out to them. Good luck to them boys down there. I just want to share some pictures, quick clips. You can run through this section because we kind of touched on it a little bit, but just talking about the Senior Bowl, I have some kind of recap footage of especially our FSU players. I got some videos of them doing their thing, and yeah, I got this picture of James, and just explain this picture, James, how important it is to you.
It's cool. The only person we're missing is Ryan Fitzgerald. I accidentally said Fitzpatrick on the kicking thing, and people are giving me, man, shut the fuck up. Like, ain't nobody else from FSU fucking media out there interviewing any of these cats, let alone the fucking kicker. But y'all know I fucks with the kicker. Tits for Fitz. We would love to have him in there, but what you got right there is 4 FSU alumni. You got the GOAT, Odell. You got Josh Farmer. Whoever, I gotta add, Josh's dentist that did his veneers, like, needs to like give him an NIL deal because like they did a really good job. A lot of people look like they just put too many teeth in their mouth. His fit. So like I would be like, yo, interested because this motherfucker ain't stopped smiling. Then you got me looking very like very small compared to these guys, looking like my dog. William Lampert. Is it Lampert or Lampkin? William Lampkin. Actually, we are about the same size. Like when we took the picture. And then we got AZ. Both of these guys did pretty good. So I think they did well. We have some interviews with them, some cool content that I think y'all should be checking out. So
yeah, this is a little quick intro video you did for the Senior Bowl. This was, I think, during the first day of our first day of practices. So the day 2, and that this is the start of the national practice. So here's a little intro video I got for y'all, just breaking down what ensued and how this day was gonna kick off.
what's going on, Rush? Your boy at Big Games. What's going on, Rush? Your boy at Big Game James _36. I'm here with the media group covering the 2025 Senior Bowl. We're gonna be out here. Obviously, we're trying to get our FSU guys, get some Miami, Florida guys, and some of the people that I think are the most interesting story. The offensive guard from North Carolina, the Alabama A&M offensive tackle, and numerous more. What questions do you have of some of the top superstars coming into this 2025 draft? Look forward to your comments. We'll try to get that for you as we cover the combine, as we cover the NFL draft, unlike anybody else does.
No, so like you were saying, we're just describing some of the players we're gonna see. Hopefully, get some interviews, and we had a great day. Good to see all the guys showing out, doing their thing, especially AZ and Farmer. Man, we got some clips of them doing their thing at the practices. Very competitive. The top seniors in college football competing, and it was great to see them boys do their thing. So we got this video of AZ right here on this coverage. And man, he was just doing his thing, showing out for Tallahassee and for the Seminoles.
But for those who don't know, that's called trail technique. There's only let's go back to just watch this again. Go back to the beginning. This is where you guys be at these these wide receiver clinics. Go back. I just watch. Just look. I'm a count. Actually, you know what? I want to get. Hold on. I want to get an official count. Let me see. Where's my stopwatch at? All right. Go ahead. Do you guys know what the average time a quarterback gets to throw the football in the NFL? It's 2.5 seconds. Do you know how much time it took that wide receiver doing all that fucking cha-cha sliding with AZ to get off the line. It took 2 seconds. Like, the quarterback is about to get sacked. He's not going after you. Like, y'all stop going to these people that's teaching y'all this shit, man. And great footwork, though, by AZ. Great footwork by AZ. You're doing all that movement. You're not gaining any ground. You're not fooling him. Like, again, this is why he's considered a first-round pick on a bad team. And in even his interview that we have was basically a 10-minute infomercial for why choose Mike Norvell. He talked about how every coach came and told him that they were going to make him comfortable, and that's actually what he thought he was looking for. He said the reason why Florida State wasn't even in his top 5 up to 2 weeks before early signing period. He said Mike Norvell is the only coach that said, my goal is to make you uncomfortable every day. And he said that's what made him want to go to Florida State. I thought that was an awesome thing that he said. And, you know, kudos to him. I think he's a great young man. And for all of you people, he's definitely a Christ first guy. So he is all about that. So, but yeah.
You know, we got to shout out Farmer next. We got a clip of him. Somebody in the chat. Let me name drop, making sure I get it right. Talking about the North Dakota State lineman. Let me see. Oh, Sportmark said 3'6". How good is a guard from North Dakota? I'm assuming he meant North Dakota State. And so we got some video of Farmer going up against Gray Zabel, the lineman we're talking about. So we got.
He didn't get beat much the entire day. Just to preference that. And this is good on good. So that shit happens. I just want y'all to realize that. Now, go back. Let's evaluate this. This is where you get that. I need to get this. I need you to send me this then, because we already have a hymn with Josh Farmer. I don't think it was this one though. Because again, we didn't have this. We'll have this next year. I'm gonna be on the fucking sideline next year. I don't like that bull in the ring shit that they doing right here. Like, you can't see like you want to from the crowd, or I got to get a new lens that I can zoom in more. But this is where you need walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. Like, because he's pushing him back. And now we'll go ahead. You got to play. Because Ocho Cinco in chat, and so watch right here. He's pushing him back. This guy has the leverage, but look where Josh's hands are at. He's got the jersey. His hands are inside, and he's jacking him up. At this point, you can take a guy wherever you want to go when you win this battle. What's going to happen is go ahead and push play. They're going to try to fight for recorrect, but now he has both. Now, go back a little bit. The wild part is watch the man anchor his feet. Anchoring means he tries to drop his weight and set his feet, and watch what his feet do. Do you see the slide? That's not supposed to happen. Like that, Josh, that's some raw power right there. Which is why when y'all were going through some stuff, like when he was like going through his things, it was business. I always tell people, stay the fuck out of business and enjoy the process. We don't need him. No, the fuck, yes, we do. Like, we don't want him back. Let him go. No. If he wants to come back, you let him back. Because when he's going, this is what he's capable of doing. And our ends were the reason why we were fucking up. If you look at the interior, Josh Farmer and Darrell Jackson was pushing shit back. Pause. The ends just weren't doing what they needed to do. So, and Darrell Jackson got one of the biggest compliments from another guy who's going to get drafted pretty high by the name of Jalen Rivers. Jalen Rivers said Darrell Jackson was the toughest opponent that he has faced this year. Stop letting our media convince you of shit and let the football players tell you what the football players are doing. But Josh, that was good. Good job by Josh, man.
No, shout out to the FSU boys too. And, you know, we can't forget about our boy Fitz. aka Tits for Fits, aka Ryan Fitzgerald. So out of all the kickers at the Reese Senior Bowl practices, he had the longest kick/punt yards with 69.9 yards, so pretty much 70 yards. So huge shout out to all the FSU guys, all the guys we saw there. And I just I didn't run this by you, James, but if I had to crown an MVP all around, I'm gonna have to go with our boy Willie, man. Got this video of Willie doing his thing, and man, just seeing him in person and seeing how we move, how he just goes every day, goes hard. It's inspiring.
This is why I don't like front runner shit. Like, we saw with our eyes. We know what we saw. We saw, was it 55, I think, was his number here? Oh, no, that's 70. Yeah, 55. We saw 55 and 76. We saw, I call him the midget lovingly, because compared to everybody else, he does not look like he belongs. But he belongs. He's good. He's humble. Jaden, your opinion. Who was the only people talking to him at media day? It was just us. We're not watching the video. I get it. He may not get drafted high because of the measurables, but you can't say he. And I didn't realize you don't even realize he's the ACC lineman of the year. It's crazy. But watch this dude. Watch what he does to a guy that's high ranked. Watch that hand. Did you see the hand? I'm giving him 5'11" in cleats. He did it at go back. Oh, hold up. Dude, y'all don't even remember what we just did something the other day. We were talking about, do you know the hard where you want to, that we talked about when we were talking about the 3-3-5, and we're talking about what's the hardest thing to do at center. You line up the D tackle to the center's dominant hand, because that's the hand they got to snap with. Watch this. He snaps, bam, punches him right in the fucking chest. The man was woozy after. Then he does the step over it. Watch this. Boom, right there at the 9, between the 9 and 0. This man could have, what was the dude from the Bills that almost died? He could have DeMar Hamlin him. Watch how he could have hit him with the arrhythmia. Like, he caught him right in the chest, right in the heart. And you can see him. This is when it went bad. He couldn't even, like, he tried to swing and he missed. Like, the fullback, you can actually give him the 55 number, because you know he's not catching no passes and shit. Or you can say that he's eligible. He could be a swing interior lineman for you and a fullback in certain goal line packages. This guy balled, man. Did a great, him and Buddy from Alabama A&M, clearly my two favorites of the day. The walkover step is crazy.
Huge shout out to Willie Lampkin again, like we were saying. Huge shout out to Carson Vincent.
And Willie just a happy to be here guy. He was a wrestler too. Single parent mom. Like, just great story, man.
Yep, huge shout out to the guys. Make sure to keep doing what y'all doing. Keep grinding. Your work does not go unnoticed. And speaking of grinding, man, we know we got to talk about our ladies over in Tallahassee. Huge shout out to the FSU women's basketball team for getting another dub, coming in 25 ranked. You know what it is. We beat Boston College by 24 points, 104-80. And we got this post I'm going to share with you all so you can see this little infographic we got right here. Yep, huge shout out to the Knowles. Played Boston College at Boston College. So I'm going to read you some of the key stats / key performances from this game. You know, we got to talk about our girl, 00, Tania Latson, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 block with only 1 turnover. Michaela Timpson, double machine. This is her, if I'm not mistaken, 43rd double with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. Then our next leading scorer was Mariah Gordon, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. So keep doing y'all thing, ladies. So now we're going to transition into the NFL and the key introduction topics for today for the NFL. Hometown 904 Duval thing. So we got to touch on the Jags right quick. And man, James, they was grilling our new head coach, man. It was painful to see, but we'll let you all decide in the chat. If you guys seen the video, then you're gonna get a little nice little comical humor early this morning. But Liam Cohen had his press conference with the Jags, and with Jaguars we have our Duval chant. He was asked to do the Duval chant, and it didn't go too well, folks. So I'm gonna share this with you all. Please let us know what you think in the chat. Make sure to share, like, comment, all that stuff on the media group. And yeah, guys, tell us what you think.
Duval.
I'm trying to figure out what his facial expressions were.
Duval.
He went from the what? That been the left
Duval.
raised, both raised, and
Duval.
there are people who are trying to say that this was strategic. I don't believe it.
Duval.
I don't believe you. Like, to get people talking about it. Stop this shit. Like, only pilgrims do this kind of shit. Players fuck up. That's something we got to realize is players fuck up, man. There are people who do things to get engagement. This wasn't one of them, because he came in that thing. That was that I'm cool. Like, he knew he nailed that shit. But I'll give him this. The guy rep did his reps. He got a little bit better. We still got to practice a little bit. And this is what needs to happen. Sometimes you need a brother. You need a disciple. Like Jesus had a disciple. You got to have somebody come in, put you on game, walk you through it. Shout out to one of the 4 black media members in sports, covering a sport that's 80% African-American, but there's only 4 of us that do this shit. And that's my boy, Jamal Saint. Shout out to Jamal Saint. He's with the op station, so I'm not going to tell y'all who they is. But Jamal got him some practice reps, and he's a fast learner. We still got to clean it up a little bit, but we're going to work on it. He'll be okay.
So like James was saying, he had a little redemption for his Duval chant. You all tell us in the chat if you think he redeemed himself, or you should just stay away from the Duval chants for a little bit. So we're going to share this with you all. Tell us what you think if Liam redeemed himself.
Duval. Here we go. Duval.
Is Jamal wearing a blazer
Duval. Here we go. Duval. Here we go. Duval. Here we go. Duval. Here we go.
The "here we go" part throws me. Like, he was proud of himself with that one. Just get it right the first. That's okay. Do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long. Trust and believe. If I'll catch him at the combine, I'm gonna make him do it on the spur of the moment. You got it. It's not about what you do when you know that they're looking. It's about what you do when you're not expecting it. It's got to become second nature to you. But that first one, boy, that's a 0-17 chant right there that he gave. This. It's not a so remember the Jags a few years ago when the Jags were winning, they tried to take credit for the chant, like it hadn't been around for forever. They tried to patent it, try to cap this. This is what happens when you try to make the perils of capitalism to cool stuff. It's no longer cool when the old people do it. So like it's not as cool when he's doing it. So like it just becomes weird. And he don't have the rhythm. Sometimes you can't catch the rhythm. And he clearly can't catch the rhythm. But hopefully he can catch fire and teach Gabe Davis to catch and Trevor Lawrence to throw the BTJ. I'll take he could call us whatever the fuck he wants to call us if he does, if we start winning. My job is easier when the Jags don't suck. But I'm good. That's all I got. My job is my life's easier when the Jags don't suck.
So hopefully, with not sucking, we have some new hires. Got a new DC, like we mentioned at the start of the show. So shout out to him for getting the job. Shout out to the Jags defense. Hopefully, we can turn things around, have a more successful season. But James, what do you think of this pickup by the Jags? Just some little background information on him. It's the first NFL DC job. It's his first NFL DC job, excuse me. And he was most recently at Green Bay, and he was doing the linebackers coach and the running game coordinator. And so, James, what do you feel about this pickup as DC?
I would have liked a more experienced DC. Sometimes you got to give guys their first go round, but as a rookie head coach with not much NFL experience and a rookie DC, I'm already kind of like a little on edge. But maybe that's what we needed, was some fresh voices, some fresh faces. So if he can get them aggressive and playing fast, I'm all for it.
So we got an old clip of when he was with the Dolphins, hyping up his team. So we're gonna play it for you all, so you can kind of get his vibe, see who he is as a coach, how he interacts with players, especially in the meetings / practices, and just hear your thoughts about him and if he's a good fit for the Jags. But yeah, like James was saying, his experience is something that a lot of people were questioning about, and that's a valid argument. Like you said, this is his first DC position, so this is a big step, especially for the Jaguars looking to make a change, make some shake through this season. So I'm trying to I got this video right
Now
here.
this video did make me like it, but all right, play it and then I'll give my opinion.
Want to do. Everybody understands ass whooping, okay? I can go to Greece and somebody start getting their fucking ass whooped. We all understand what's happening. Okay, we're all speaking the same language, right? We might not be able to communicate, but if somebody getting their ass kicked, nothing's lost in translation, okay? All over the world, they speak ass whooping, okay? To the day you die, okay? So here's what I'm saying. Let's eliminate that factor. They can't outwork you. Eliminate that, and let's see what the fuck happens. Let the chips fall where they may. Okay? Let's all just commit to each other. That's what we're gonna do. Don't stop throwing fucking punches. Don't stop attacking the ball. Don't fucking stop finishing blocks, and then we'll see what happens. All right? Love you guys. Let's go have a great.
All right, let's pull up his wiki. I need to know where he's from. It'll help me figured it. You can tell, man. You can tell. He's my age. He's a couple years older than me. You got, again, another guy who got fast track. Now I'll explain how he got the job. Because they just gave him a spot because he was a tight ends coach and a receivers coach for a year. Makes absolutely no sense. Then went to Boston College, was there for 2 years. Then went to Michigan. Then was with the Dolphins and with the Pack for 1 year. Obviously that was when he was with the Dolphins, but he was just a linebackers coach then. I don't always like when people but he's from New Jersey, so it gives me a little bit of cultural understanding. That Northeastern linebacker type guy, the intensity in the talk, right? What up, Matt? Appreciate that. But I do like his analogy. We all understand. Ass whooping is a universal language. And again, if that's what motivates our guys to want to be out here whipping ass, defense is more about aggression and emotion than offense is. That's why it's a beautiful sport. It's a happy balance. But I don't. I just like safe space. Guys who talk like this are the first to get their asses whooped because they just run it. But these are the guys that you want on the front lines, right? They're the ones who want a war because they want the idea of violence. And now they may catch, they're okay with going 50-50 or going 40-60 in the fights that they've taken. They're just willing to fight. But those who really know who are capable of violence and really understand the tenacity don't have to. Tough guys don't go around telling people how tough they are. But some people need that motivation, and this is it's an animal. You're right, but I'm saying this is an animal. Like, so when apes and people in the wild, when they fight, they don't necessarily, they puff their chest out. They become bigger to intimidate the person that's in front of them. That doesn't mean they're intimidating. They're trying to make you think twice and question if you're going to come at them. Like, I would just be listening to this and I'd be like, all right, bro, okay, cool. The person that would scare me would be like the coach that just says, like, Ray Lewis is not Ray Lewis, the most fierce linebacker that ever played. Murder Ray is one of those guys. Murder Ray has times when he yells. But Murder Ray, when we think about, he's like, if they take football away from us, think about the evil, which we call violence, that will happen. I was terrified and he didn't even raise his voice because I know what he meant by evil. He's killed 2 people. Well, 2 people have died around him. That's a lot more than most people have died around him. But I'm just saying, like, hey, if it works, it works. I'm just, at this point, the Jags have sucked for the majority of the time since I've been here. So
A lot of people are speculating who they'll take with their number 5 pick in the 2025 NFL draft. And James, I know you saw this on Twitter. You quote
what I think it is. I'm okay with that.
You quote tweeted it, and we're gonna share it with the chat, with the stream, see what they think about them targeting Arizona star wide receiver Tetairoa McMillan. He's like 6'4", 6'5" beast, super athletic, super deep ball threat, great hands, tremendous speed, vertical, just overall great wide receiver. One of the best, definitely top 3 this year in college. So James, what would you think of them targeting Tetairoa?
Fuck yeah, him and 2 big. Well, one, he is everything we want Gabe Davis to be and faster. And then you got the guy to take. You basically went from Jaguars never having a number 1 wide receiver to having 2, having 1A, 1B, and they're your youngest players. Now you get Christian Kirk in there getting active his old ass. Well, he's not really old, but getting active. Evan Ingram. And they're all tall. Well, Christian's not that tall, but Evan and all these other guys are. I think your offense all of a sudden gets sexier. The biggest thing is can Trevor throw them the ball? That's really all it takes.
You got another donation by FSU Golfer, and he asked a question, James. He wanted to get your opinion on it. Thank you. Appreciate you for the dono. So, James, this is a question. Speaking of fighting, we talk about Ray Lewis, talk about the Jags new DC. Who are the top 3 FSU alumni you don't want to fight? And he said Reggie has to be one of them.
Alive or dead? Because Reggie can fight. Obviously, we see Reggie Northrup is who he's talking about in MMA. The person that I would never want to fight is, unfortunately he passed, is Todd Williams. Oh. Okay, so Reggie, damn, I can't think about it. Madison County. Played for the Eagles. Timmy Jernigan. Travis Rudolph. He got bodies. Him, her, bodies. Hey man, at some point we got to be able to laugh at our pain. He's like he beat the case, man. Kudos to my dog. Again, do you know the violence that it took for him to be that peaceful? Remember, he's at one point he could pull out, let the chopper sing, and another point he could sit at a table with an autistic kid that ain't got no friends. It's the duality of man. That's going to get my comments popping if Miles makes that a short. Oh man, why you hating the black man? Oh shit, yeah, you. Oh my bad, my fault. Let me back that up. Bunk definitely. Have I told you with him? Bunk, G Jones, and then I would put Reggie on there. I can't. All I can say is Greg slapped a man with a coffee table. I will not tell you who they actually. But like this, yeah. It wasn't like this table right here in front of me that this can't like this is what Greg Jones slapped the person with. And I'm not gonna say who he slapped, but it was a notable member of Florida State that you probably will put on this list of people that you don't want to fight. Greg whooped his ass. And he swung it like it was a bat. Like it was the ease in which he picked it up. And that man caught that table. From what I understand, it was just terrible. It was a crazy situation, crazy scenario. One day I hope to be able to tell the story in its full, but I might have to see the other motherfucker. So I don't want to say that shit and then I gotta pop up and then he's there. Bunk. I think I've told the story of freshman two-a-days when Odell made Bunk mad. If I haven't, one day y'all just remind me to tell y'all. But Bunk is certifiable in saying I am so glad he went to college and played in the NFL because he would be somebody's enforcer, and it wouldn't be bad. It would be bad for somebody. Yeah, man, that's yeah, those guys. But because we see what Reggie does in the MMA ring, I would not fight a professional fighter. But just because you can fight professionally does not mean you can fight in a street format. Just for those who don't understand that.
Gonna shift our focus to the Denver Broncos. They are doing something, paving the way for the NFL and for high schoolers. So just to explain to y'all what they did, they had a $15 million investment with this company called they were partnered with the CEO Greg Panner to launch an initiative distributing 15,000 plus new Rydell Axiom helmets free to every high school program in Colorado. This would be a $15 million investment, and we're just gonna play this clip for you all just to spread awareness to the Broncos.
Across Colorado, more than 15,000 high school tackle football players take the field every season. Innovative technology and equipment, including helmets, remain vital to their health and safety. The Walton Penner Family Ownership Group and the Denver Broncos Foundation have launched a game-changing program to level the playing field for the next generation of football. Over 4 years, all in, all covered, will provide more than 15,000 Rydell Axiom helmets to cover every single high school tackle football program in the state. Together, we are focused on making a positive impact on youth for seasons to come. Colorado high schools are all in, and the Denver Broncos have them all covered.
That's dope.
Do you think more NFL teams should take this responsibility for their local communities, for the local high school football programs to implement these safer technologies for the future?
Yes. I 100% believe that. It's the best. So it's kind of like what I'm trying to do with my nonprofit. The best marketing I can do is in the community. I wish more people would watch it so that we could do more, so we could make more money, so we could do more. But like, why would I give this is not a shot at them, but why would I give 10XL, let's say $10,000 to market me for half a year when I could get that to the community, get them some book bags, get them some food, get them some other different things. So like when you think about the millions of dollars and what they have to write off anyway, like the best way to make fans is by making sure that those kids get something, and especially the football players. The Jaguars do something not necessarily like this with helmets, but like they give away a ton of free shoes, gloves, and different things to schools. So like, we have kids who come in that don't have cleats, but we can tell them to go in the closet, go get a pair of cleats if they need a pair, and go from there. There'll still always be kids who have what they need because their parents will buy them, but this is good for those who don't.
No, when I saw this, I had to repost it immediately. Huge shout out to the initiatives and to the Broncos owner for doing this for the high schools. It's great to see the NFL teams giving back to their communities, giving back to the younger generation of football players, because without them, the game would not be here. Without the younger generation, it will not live out in the future. So huge shout out to them for wanting to do that. And speaking of Broncos and football, and Cam Newton had his fair share with the Broncos, and he got put on the hot seat by Stephen A. Smith. So Stephen A. Smith asked him if he would trade his NFL League MVP for a Super Bowl championship, and this was Cam's response.
We've got a former league MVP right here on the set right now in Cam. I ask you, Cam, if you could give back that league MVP for a Super Bowl championship, would you do it?
No.
Oh.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Because you have to ask it through this lens. That was a very journalistic viewpoint or vantage point or response, Stephen A. I'll ask you this question, and just to pose this thought: what's more important, impact or championships? You look at a guy like Allen Iverson, or you stood up on the table and blah 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 blah. Everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan. Everybody's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's not going to be these individuals who have the luxury of saying, hey, I not only dominated this sport, but I also have championships to back it. Like, let me remind you, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Respectfully, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. So, yes, when you look at those guys and you say, okay, what's more important? Would you have preferred to win a Super Bowl? I think that's the humble approach. But if we're being honest, the impact of you holding yourself accountable to say everybody has a responsibility to do. And you can say as an MVP award winner or an All-American, you've held yourself or you've held your end of the bargain down. And that's what it really comes down to for me. I know that's not the popular pick. I'm trying to be popularized. But my take is I'm taking individual success because I did my job. Football is not about one guy trying to do 11 jobs. It's 11 guys doing one job. And if everybody does their job best, famous words of our coach, Belichick, just do your job.
Do it.
I thought that was an incredible answer. It was incredibly honest. It was incredibly well thought. It was incredibly true. And this is the scary part for everybody because, again, I think Cam Newton has said it before. I've said it to other people. I can do your job. You can never do what I did. And that's what intimidates other journalists from Cam Newton. Now, because the only thing you can do in all of that is pick on, and I'm sure the comments are going to pick on his get up, his outfit, and those different things, but they won't attack the actual words that he said. Football is a team. Most sports, team sports are team games. Like, would Stephen A. Smith trade the money that he's making to bring in maybe a couple better journalists to make First Take better? That's basically what he asked. Now, it's not saying Cam Newton didn't say I didn't want to win a Super Bowl, but no, I know what I got with the MVP. I was considered the best player amongst the best players in the world, the best athletes in the world one year. I just wasn't on the best team. And would he have liked to win a Super Bowl? Of course, but the question was, would you trade? Correct? And no, I wouldn't. Gilbert Arenas said basically the same thing when talking to an NBA champion. They said, Gilbert Arenas made exponentially more money than those other guys. And somebody said, I bet you. As a matter of fact, it was and she ended up popping off on him. It was the former cornerback for the Dolphins' wife that always got some shit to say. She got her ass whooped by Miami. I can't think of her name. It's an interesting name too, but anyway, she left Gil's arena after that. But Gil was like, Miko. Yeah, is it Nico or Miko? Yeah. Gil was like, I could go buy an NBA championship ring right now for like $10,000. I can't go back and make 50 million. And I think the answer is always posed by people who have never been in those situations before. Will we ever talk about Nick Foles in the same breath as Cam Newton? Cam Newton is also arguably the best player in his franchise's history. Now, it's a short history, but he still is. Cam Newton had an iconic shoe. All the white kids were wearing the Cam Newton Under Armour cleats. Cam Newton has a Heisman. Cam Newton was an All-American. Cam Newton could go to his grave saying he was one of the best college football and one of the best NFL players to have ever existed. Would there be regret that he didn't win the Super Bowl? Nah, probably. But would he trade it? Probably not. I would. I agree with him.
Yeah, I thought that was a great answer by Cam Newton. And you have another dono from FSU golfer shout outs. And he had one more question, James. So he said, Cam Newton or Reggie? Sorry, I'll stop. LOL.
Cam Newton or Reggie? Oh, the fight? Ooh. Brother. Ooh. I'm gonna fight Cam. I've seen Cam throw a punch. Cam is just powerful, more powerful than most people. Reggie can actually throw and take a punch. It's different when you take one.
Thank you for the dono. Appreciate you. Shout out you. And man, we have to talk about the craziness going on with Justin Tucker. So, man, if y'all didn't know, y'all are in for a surprise. So I'm gonna share this with you all so we can get started on Justin Tucker. So Justin Tucker has been accused of inappropriate sexual misconduct by several massage therapists per at Baltimore Banner. Tucker's behavior was so egregious, 2 massage therapists say they ended his sessions early. 2 spas said they banned him. So we got some more info, another post right here. So these are some of the details of the sexual misconduct allegations. Quote, 5 of the women said Tucker asked them to massage his pelvic region or inner thighs while he had an erection. They said he repeatedly wiggled his pelvis to remove the sheets, which fully or partially exposed his genitals. 2 women said Tucker brushed them with his exposed penis. 3 said when they returned to the treatment room after Tucker left, they discovered a large wet spot on the massage table, which they strongly believed to be ejaculate. I never heard it in that form before, but he released a statement as well.
That's why we're here. Him keeping releasing is why we're here. What did Justice say? What did he spit out? He spew out of himself.
He released a statement as well, pretty much saying how these are done with malicious intent, false claims. These are fallacies trying to tarnish his name, and how he tries to keep the utmost professionalism in every endeavor that he does. So Is he gonna get traded to Cleveland, James?
Might as well get that free contract. Is he gonna probably about to get a new contract too? What nut ass freak bulls?
I just can't fathom these scenarios. Like my head can't picture because in my head it goes, touch me, no, right? So how does this prolong? How do you have these long engagements with these people who are acting so deviant?
I like how this is strongly believed to be ejaculated.
I mean,
I never heard it like that before.
ejaculate.
No, like they're using it like.
But they're using medical terms, the real terms, like nobody goes around just talking like that.
Like the process.
Like,
That's a process.
like, oh my God, he's got ejaculate on the bed. Nah, there's you're baby, you're I mean, listen, there's probably not. You know what? I'm over here, like, never mind. I have to talk to you out of that off camera, like, because I'm over here. Well, what I'm saying, like, I've gotten massages before. Your mom is a massage. Isn't that what your mom's did? Like, she's got to be a protocol. Like, from what I understand, like, when I go, there's a protocol.
You can like take off all your clothes and obviously get wrapped up. She like if you're not comfortable with that, you can wear like underwear or whatever. But yeah, she like.
But I'm saying,
run it down.
yeah, but she could literally not refuse services if she's not comfortable with somebody being naked. Like, what I don't get is like, all right, why now? Why not when he was? Why subject others through this? Be the hero. Stop him from being a terrorist. Same thing with Deshaun. Like, if you, it's regret is not is not a crime, but we can't have these nut ass freak bulls out here just doing random shit to people either. So I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, hey man, it's a nut ass freak bull in the room with wet spots everywhere. One of y'all go talk to him, and we're gonna get him out of there. But what does the freaky frog say?
So I'm not gonna read through all this. Just touch on the main
Actually,
points.
that's what we got to do. I'm sorry, or I'm happy for you. I'm not gonna read all of that. So just whichever one fits. But not go ahead.
So just to read some of the main points of this post from Justin Tucker's and his team. Quote, throughout my career as a professional athlete, I've always sought to conduct myself with the utmost professionalism. He has never been accused of misconduct of any kind, and he's never been accused of acting inappropriately in front of a massage therapist or during a massage therapy session or during other body work. In accusing me of misconduct, the article takes innocuous or ambiguous interactions and skews them so out of proportion they are no longer recognizable, and it presents vague insinuations as fact. So he was saying, once I reviewed the newspaper's allegations against me, it was apparent that the newspaper was deliberately misconstruing events as nefarious, which were not, and were relying on third-party speculation to create the false preconceived narrative about me that they believe would generate clicks. I've always made a conscious effort to be considerate and respectful in all of the interactions with the community that I love so much. It is devastating for me to learn that anyone would feel I was offensive in any way. I maintain I did not act inappropriately at any point before, during, or after a professional bodywork treatment session. I would never intend to offend or hurt anyone ever.
That's wild. That is wild. Oh wow.
Yep. So we'll transition to some of the Super Bowl news coming next week. Obviously, the Super Bowl is on February 9th. Make sure I get my date right. 6:30 p.m. FSU fans, Cleveland Brown fans, you have some great news. And even JMO fans, you have some great news. So everybody, man, if you guys didn't know, now you No. So Jameis Winston joins Fox Sports as a digital correspondent in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. James, do you think this is a great segue for Jameis to get in the commentating role in football?
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to watch it. I hope to run into him. I really hope to run into Jameis. Jameis, the personality that he has is coming out, and I love it. I love it, man. This is just be you. They'll adjust. Like, everybody wants to try to trash him. There's probably gonna be people in the comments saying that dumb shit, and he is still, he just continues to win, and I love it.
Super excited to see how he will do with this role, and he's just a great guy to have do this role, even though we have some bias here, but funny, definitely gets the clicks, so I can see why Fox would want him to be a digital correspondent. And just, I feel like this is a great opportunity after football, after his football career, if he wants to venture in with this route. This will be a great segue, a great interview, if you will, to see how he would do. And what better place to have a great first impression than the Super Bowl? So huge shout out to Jameis. And we got a quick little infographic by NFL and CBS I wanted to share with you all, just to school everybody on the cities that have hosted the Super Bowl. So we got this graphic right here. And the top 2 cities that hosted the Super Bowl the most amount of times are Miami, Florida, and New Orleans, Louisiana, which have they have hosted 11 Super Bowls. So I'm gonna blow this picture up so everybody can see. So boom, right here, these are the cities that have hosted the Super Bowl. So some notable cities, obviously Los Angeles, you got the whole Bay Area too, and then San Diego, Minneapolis, Detroit, Jacksonville had one, Tampa, Miami, Dallas, Houston, New Orleans. But you can see with the X, the red X, these are the cities that never hosted a Super Bowl: Boston or New England, Philly, Baltimore, Washington, Charlotte, Nashville, Kansas City, Denver, Seattle, Chicago, Green Bay, Cleveland, and Cincinnati.
Good.
So, James, out of the cities that haven't hosted a Super Bowl, who should be next in line to host the Super Bowl?
Honestly, none of them. But Charlotte would be one that I wouldn't mind going to, and Nashville. Outside of that, none of those cities, because you know why? Because it's cold. Like, it's cold in the South. So, but at least New Orleans would be in the 70s for the most part next week. But none of these other cities should be like even considered for it. Honestly, that's true. I like New Orleans. I don't think New Orleans, like, looking at the hotel situation in New Orleans is stupid. Like, you can't get the same thing was with Phoenix. There's no, at least with Phoenix, right? You had Tempe, you had Scottsdale, you had like other cities that were within like 30 to 45 minutes that you could actually go to and get a reasonably priced place to stay. Like New Orleans, you got to drive all the way to fucking Lafayette or Baton Rouge, which isn't bad, but it's just like, no, I don't want to go with everything being in actual New Orleans. Nah, fuck that. That's stupid. Jacksonville, and the crazy part is Jacksonville's complaints were the lack of nightlife and the lack of hotels when it was there. Even though if you've gone to a Super Bowl, the nightlife is literally created by people who are making parties. So, like, all of the stuff that we'll be going to ain't there every day for New Orleans. It's a hosted party. So you could create something here in Jacksonville. Jacksonville still don't have enough hotels. So, but like, at least I'm here. So like, I can, like, you know, I can flip. I could, like, what the crazy part about here is what I would be doing is I would be putting my home up to rent and getting the fuck out of here for that week. Like, going hanging out somewhere. Like, but you can make, let me go on. There was my good friend P.I. I didn't even think to call him when it first happened, because he has rental properties and Airbnbs and shit like that. And, you know, I tried to tell him to hook us up, but I don't think he's gonna do it. And it's not out of spite. I wouldn't do it either. Like, I mean, it would be tough for him. But like, let me type this in. I got my Bonvoy up. Our rooms Monday through Thursday are reasonable. Thursday, excuse me, checking out Thursday. Thursday through Sunday, completely unreasonable. And let me just see if anything has changed. If you wanted to book a room, all right. If you want to stay somewhere 37 miles outside of the city, it's $339 a night. If you want to stay at the Fairfield Inn and Suites, where is it supposed to be at? It doesn't say, just at Huma. It's $623 a night. Let me see if I can go back. Oh, I got 3 rooms. My bad. I'm looking for 2 men. Oh, it's for whatever reason, it saved that. I'm sure there's not 3 rooms available. All right. Okay, you ready? Ready for this? The 4 Points by Sheridan, the French Quarter. $5,254 a night. The only people going out there selling ass at this point. Like, that's why I said a woman would have an opportunity to find a place to stay there. If you're a man, I mean, it ain't good. It ain't looking good for you. It ain't looking good for you. But yeah, man, that's wild times. But yeah, but Miami, Tampa, probably Dallas. Like, I don't even think, maybe LA every now and then, but like, it should be on this side of the world. You should be rewarded with good weather.
Speaking of wild times, the Chiefs have chance to make history, becoming the first NFL team to three-peat. And we know how Patrick Mahomes is in the playoffs, how deadly he is. And man, I just wanted to share this with you all. So this is the last time the Chiefs have lost a playoff game. It was to the Cincinnati Bengals, but it was 3 years ago, January 30th, 2022. It's been 3 years since the Chiefs lost a playoff game.
You want to know something? You don't want to know why Patrick Mahomes, if he wins this Super Bowl, he's goated? Tell you why. Peyton Manning's considered one of the best quarterbacks to ever play too, correct? This man would have to lose 15 playoff games to tie Peyton Manning in playoff losses. I mean, he ain't playing 15 more years. Like, it's crazy how good he's been in a short amount of time he's played.
Definitely has chance to make history. And that concludes our NFL segment. So we're going to move on to the Big Games BS segment. Everybody was going crazy, especially basketball fans, over this video of George Washington Carver from 1937, where he was at the Tuskegee University. And they got some video footage of him from 1937. And huge shout out to James. He, like many other people, said the same thing. And yet, we don't have a video or picture of Wilt scoring 100, like even one layup pick. So I just wanted to share just a little clip of this video just to show how just some unseen footage of Black to kick off the new Black History Month tomorrow, actually.
Sad story. Incredible man. Do you know he was on? They castrated, and because of the people who brought him in, they were afraid that he would sleep with their daughter. Jesus. Without him, we would not have the Reese Senior Bowl. The things learn about, because it makes you feel uncomfortable without realizing that they did it to people that your kids have to look like. If Black people were as violent as what people are afraid of, this world would have been turned upside down. Damn. Man, that's old school fine right there. No, it's real. They just can really enhance videos and stuff now. But like he was old then. My only question is how do you pee? It's incredible, man. Incredible. But again, we have all of this stuff, man. We have video of Martin Luther King shooting pool. They have JFK, released the JFK files. We found out we have aliens, which you already knew they lived in the ocean. But we don't have one picture of a fucking layup. We don't have any. The only thing we have is Wilt Chamberlain holding up a sheet of paper where they wrote 100 on it. And I'm supposed to believe this shit happened, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. They have pictures of Ground Zero when the nuke dropped. I mean, video, but they don't have anything of, man, come on, man. Lie to your pastor.
So next we got some NBA news transitioning from the Wilt meme to some recent NBA news, some current NBA news. So shout out to the 2025 NBA All-Stars. Their list was finalized with the reserves yesterday. I was waiting on this list from Shams, the ESPN NBA senior insider. Read you some of these names and we're going to talk about some of the snubs associated with the All-Star game as well. So starters for the West, you got Steph Curry, KD, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron, and Jokic. Reserves for the Western side, you got Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, James Harden, Jaren Jackson Jr., Alperen Sengun, Victor Wembanyama, and Jalen Williams out of OKC. On the East starters, you have Giannis, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Karl Anthony Towns. And for the reserves, you got Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, who've been balling, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, who's been balling, Dame Lillard, Evan Mobley, and Pascal Siakam. So some notable snubs for the All-Stars include Kyrie Irving out of Dallas, Tyrese Maxey, Domantas Sabonis from the Kings, Trae Young. Trae Young has only one All-Star, and he has a case that he should have made it every year he's been in the league. LaMelo Ball, and a sleeper one not many people predicted to have such a great season this year, Norman Powell on the LA Clippers. So I just wanted to share the 2025 NBA All-Star list with you all before we get into our last video segment of today. LeBron has been killing life. We've known this ever since he was 16, 17 years old, but he's had some great moments this year, whether that be from Bronny or just him dominating himself. But he can't be disrespecting teams like this anymore, because when is it going to stop? He said he could play for 5 more years, but if I had to endure 5 more years of this as an opponent, I don't know what I would do. Imagine, James, you living this moment out right here. You're on the bench on the same team as your son, and you react to him getting a tough and one play like LeBron.
Field goal attempt.
Shout out to LeBron for accomplishing that. And yeah, James, that's all I had for today. Any last things you have to tell the people? Any social media to look out for? We got a bunch of clips coming out and interviews coming out from the weekend from the Reese's Senior Bowl. So stay tuned to that. So James, do you have anything else to say to the people out there?
No, that's basically it. Check out Big Games B.S, man. Not Big Games B.S, excuse me. Big Game Gridiron, our other channel. We're going to be uploading stuff on there. Check out the 707. Please support the different channels, guys. We're trying to grow in 2025. Got a bunch of different content ideas. Help us engage and grow the content. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's make sure we get the subs up. They've slowed down a little bit. We're the goal would be to get to 7,000. I'm cool with not getting 7,000 until March anyway, because this month is going to be pretty crazy as far as money being spent. But we do need to get the subs up. We do need to get a lot of the other different things. So anything that you guys are interested in, especially with the combine coming up, please, or any content you want to see in NOLA, please let us know. Outside of that, we appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We'll see you guys next time.